The Lakers keep it rolling and win their 4th straight game and 9 of their last 10 by beating the Cleveland Cavaliers 116-97. And with their win, they finally move up in their standings where they can kind of control their own destiny from here on out. What's good, y'all, and welcome to another Lakers Digest video. I'm your host, Okechi Apakama, and before we get into that game recap, guys, I want to bring your attention to something. There is 72% of you guys who have recently watched our videos who are not subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that, like news, like reactions, trade rumors, game recaps, player analysis, just everything Lakers basketball, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest so you guys do not miss a beat. Now, with that out the way, guys, let's hop straight into that game recap, guys, as the Lakers, after coming from a long road trip and having their first game back, it was actually a day game. So the Lakers win their 4th straight game. So, like I said, the Lakers came back from a long road trip, and this was a strange time because it was a day game because the LA Kings had a hockey game in the nighttime. So the Lakers would have to take on a 12:30 game on a Cleveland Cavaliers team who's pretty good. They're finally getting a little bit healthy, and they're about 3rd in the East right now, but they haven't been playing super great their past 10 games. And the Lakers really took advantage of that in this one as they were able to win this one 116-97. They really got great performances from their big starting group once again. And then also, surprise off the bench, Taurean Prince really played extremely well. And so let's look at those box score here for the Lakers. And Anthony Davis was tremendous in this one. The 22 points and the 13 rebounds are expected, but like, look at the defensive stats. He had 6 blocks, 3 steals. He also had 4 assists to go along with that. Rui Hachimura kind of came down to earth after he's been playing really well the past couple of weeks here. He only had 7 points in this one, but he did have 5 rebounds. Then LeBron James, solid as ever, 24 points, 12 assists, 5 rebounds, while he did have 5 turnovers. And then D'Angelo Russell, keeping that hot shooting up, had 6 3-pointers for 28 points. And then he did have 6 turnovers himself. Turnovers was a bit of a problem for the Lakers in today's game. And then Austin Reaves played great defense on Donovan Mitchell, while he just had 7 points to go along with 6 assists. But off the bench, like I said, Taurean Prince, look at that there, 18 points, and he had 4 3-pointers in this one. Taurean Prince really had a very solid game off the bench, and he's really starting to really find a groove in that role there, where I think he's perfectly slotted off the bench, coming off providing that scoring, providing that tenacity that he can play on the defensive end. And then that's really been propelling some of these Laker bench groups that have been kind of been struggling because the Lakers starters have been doing so well. So it's really nice to see some more production from the bench. And just start at the top there, Anthony Davis, he was tremendous once again, going against a pretty big front line in the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're no slouch in guys with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. So if you look at their stats for the Cavs, Mobley didn't have too great of a game there as he only had 8 points. But Jared Allen, while he did rebound pretty well with 12 points and 12 rebounds. And then Darius Garland had a very good game, probably the best one on the team there, 26 points. But Donovan Mitchell didn't really have a great game. He is coming back from injury. And they did have some bench production, especially a lot from Caris LeVert, who was really taking advantages of a lot of mismatches the Lakers were throwing out his way. But besides, for the most part, Garland and Caris LeVert, the Lakers had most of this Cavs game under control. While it was going pretty back and forth for the most part, the Lakers went on a couple of big runs in between the games and places in the second quarter, and then also in parts of the third quarter to really take command and take charge of that game. And they did it on the defensive end, as they only had the Cavs scored 97 points in that one, which is really encouraging to see because their offense has really been putting it together, and they've been playing a lot better. Their team chemistry has looked phenomenal on the offensive side of the ball. Everybody kind of knows where they're supposed to be. Everyone kind of knows where they're supposed to go when a certain action happens, and that's really been showing itself with how easy the Lakers have been scoring, how well some of their three-point shooting has been from guys like D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Taurean Prince, LeBron James. Just all of these guys have been shooting the three ball well, and the Lakers offense has been amazing, but their defense today was truly the story, led by Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis had 6 blocks, to go along with 3 steals. So that's 9 slocks if you're counting in those fantasy leagues. And he was just tremendous. And Anthony Davis, I'm just going to go off a little tangent here because he is a guy that really deserves more recognition for what he's doing on the defensive side of the ball. And it's probably going to come down to it that he's not going to win the Defensive Player of the Year. And that is, I really do have an issue with that just because he's the guy that just every night has brought it for the Los Angeles Lakers, defending multiple positions, not only being a guy that is in charge of like trying to contain, say if it was on a pick and roll, the point guard or the guard coming off the screen, but he's also containing the big as well. So not only he's doing these things, and then he's rebounding at an extremely high level. He's been one of the best rebounders in the league. And so he's been doing everything left, right, and center defensively for the Los Angeles Lakers and has been getting no recognition whatsoever. It's probably going to end up going to like Rudy Gobert and Victor Wembanyama. And while, yeah, they can do some things defensively, but like they can't do some of the things that Anthony Davis has, and his switchability and his interchangeability to do almost anything on that side of the ball. There isn't really a lot of guys that can really get past him. Probably just one, just to name a few, but there really isn't anything anyone can do on that side of the floor when he's locked in like he's been these past couple of weeks, especially because this is just another big-time defensive game where there's not on the other side, it wasn't any slouch defenders. Like I said, it's Jared Allen and it's also Evan Mobley, 2 very encouraging young bigs, but it doesn't really matter when you have Anthony Davis just in your way, just sort of stifling everything. He gets a lot of deflections too, which really go under the radar because that's not really a counted stat. So he's just been doing a ton on the defensive side of the ball, and it's probably not going to get the recognition he deserves. But just going on through, the Lakers really did have a solid game defensively, not just Anthony Davis, but Austin Reaves. He's really been picking things up on that side of the ball. You may have noticed his numbers have slipped a little bit, and that's mostly because he's been guarding some of these elite guards that the Lakers have been facing these past couple of games. So he's been going up against guys like Mikal Bridges, and he's been going up against guys like today with Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, and then even the game before when they were playing the Wizards, he's going up against Jordan Poole. He's going up against all these high-level guards and is really holding his own on that side of the ball. While his offensive has been taking a little bit of a hit, it doesn't really matter, especially when you can get like 6 threes from D'Angelo Russell. This guy was on a heater once again. And D'Angelo Russell, I can't say anything more about him, just how well he's been playing on the offensive side of the ball, especially when he goes on these flurries where he can hit 3 or 4 threes in the matter of like 90 seconds, and then soon, like, say the Lakers might be down for a couple of points, and then next thing you know, a couple of D'Angelo Russell threes later, they're up 6 points. So he really has that swing and effect on the game, and then it really shows up in games like this where the Lakers are able to take care of things defensively, and then also get LeBron James and Anthony Davis involved. So this really makes the Lakers a juggernaut and really a tough task for some of these teams that are going to be coming down to it, and then and coming in the playoffs, because they're going to have to face this Laker team who is positioned currently around an 8, 9, and like 7 seed, and they are not an 8 or 9 or 7 seed. Just with the way they've been playing, their guys have really come together these past couple of weeks. Like I said, winning 9 of 10. That is not an easy thing to do here in the NBA, especially this point of the season where you want to be playing extremely well. And the Lakers have been doing just that and just taking care of the teams they should. And then even some of the teams that are better, like the Cavs. This is a pretty good team. Then they're probably going to make some noise in the playoffs. But the Lakers just took care of them on their home court. They're going to have another one tomorrow against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that also as well is going to be a big game, and the Timberwolves are going to be fired up because they're trying to go for the number 1 seed, while the Lakers could have an opportunity to go for the 7th seed tomorrow. So actually, let's take a look at the standings here, and we'll just take a look at that top 11 who's here. Looks like Houston might fall out here the next game or two, but the Lakers currently, they're right there at the 8th seed as they won today, and then the Kings lost yesterday. Both the Kings and Pelicans will play tomorrow, and the Lakers as well, so it would be big for Lakers to get another win tomorrow night against the Timberwolves, because if they do, they can vault themselves into the 7th seed, and if with the Pelicans loss, that would also bring them down a little bit. And I do believe the Pelicans play the Suns, so if either one of them really lose for the Lakers, that's just good news, because they can gain ground on either one of them. And then they do have the tiebreaker on the Suns, and they do play the Pelicans one more time, and that's going to be the last game of the season, which can have huge implications on how the Lakers end up in their seeding, or if they can even get up to 6, because it is possible they could. But with the way a team like the Suns are playing, I'm not super sure if the Suns will slip out of that range, but you never know. Just last 5 games of the seasons, a lot of things can truly happen to the Lakers, and it's just a lot of good right now because they're playing good basketball and they're doing it at the right time. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let us know what you guys think down below in the comments of how you think the Lakers have been playing. Guys like Anthony Davis, Taurean Prince off the bench, he really has been playing a lot better, because I think he's slotted in his perfect position off the bench and really be able to give the Lakers a nice little punch. And then guys like D'Angelo Russell, LeBron James, how do you think the Lakers are going to finish here in the end of the season here? So do you think it's viable for them to win their last 4 games here and be able to control their own destiny and kind of maneuver their way into that 7-8 game and possibly grab 6? Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. I have been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.